So this week we are really focusing on the bow and learning to make beautiful full sounds with the bow on the strings. So the first item on the practice chart is to tighten and rosin the bow, which of course you've been doing with them already, but we are working towards independence in this task. So if your student is having trouble determining how much space needs to be between the hair and the stick of the bow when they tighten, there's a little trick that we can use, and we can use either a pencil or a small marker. If your student has a 1/10 size instrument, then they need to use a marker, just a small marker, or a jumbo size pencil. Or a jumbo size. I wouldn't recommend a crayon because you don't want to get the wax on the hair, but something approximately that size. Because the bows are so short, there needs to be a little bit more space between the hair and the stick. So if your student has a 1/10 size, they can take a little marker to put between the hair and the stick, and then they tighten. And we put that about the middle of the bow. So they tighten until it falls out, and then that is going to be a little bit too tight. So we're going to loosen it one turn, and then it should be good to go. If your student has a 1/4 or 1/8 size violin, then they can use a pencil. Do the same thing, but with a pencil instead, putting that pencil in and tightening until it falls out. Okay, now with putting on the rosin, there's just scrubbing. So they do need to put a little bit of weight into it to really scrub it. So we're scrubbing from the frog all the way to the tip. And then we're doing 3 long strokes. So 1, 2, 3. And that should be enough rosin for the day. So then we're going to go ahead and start with our bow hold on the pencil, just like normal. Make sure we get that good bow hold form. So we have shake, 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 flop. Slide your thumb under the middle 2 fingers, wake up bunny, nibble, 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 jump. We have a curved ear and a floppy ear. All right, so we're looking for a bump on the thumb. We're looking for that mousy hole in here and relaxed knuckles that are squashy. So we're gonna do that 3 times just to make sure we're still really practicing getting that good bow hand shape and form. All righty. Then we'll go ahead and do the same thing, but on the bow. So when they make their bow hold bunny on the bow, make sure that they're holding the bow by the stick, trying not to touch the hair. We're holding the bow by the stick in the left hand, so we can make the bow hold bunny with the right hand. All right, so here we are. The thumb goes between those 2 blue stripes. It's a blue stripe here and a blue stripe here, and a little cubby right there. And that's where the thumb goes. Okay, we wrap those 2 middle fingers around. We've got our curved pinky and our floppy first finger. A nice bump on the thumb, checking for that mouse hole and squashy knuckles. All right, so once we've got our good bow hold set up, we can do up like a rocket. And we can go up like a rocket, down like the rain, back and forth like a subway train, round and round like the great big sun. Land on your hand, curve your pinky, bend your thumb. And they need to check with their eyes to make sure that their pinky is curved and they have a bump on their thumb. And then we can do wheels on the bus. And we go, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The people on the bus stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. The people on the bus stand up, sit down, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. So while we do Up Like a Rocket and Wheels on the Bus, we're looking for slow, controlled movements with the bow. And of course, also looking to see that the bow hold form stays consistent. So one fun thing we did in class this week was we put these little spider rings on the tip of the bow to encourage slower, more controlled movements with the bow, and that was a lot of fun. You could use any kind of little plastic ring you have at home, or even Cheerios or something like that to put on the tip, which can be a fun addition to practicing. And also just note that the movements for Wheels on the Bus are very intentional. So we want to make sure that we're circling in towards the center of the body, that when we stand up, sit down, we're doing that movement with the arm, not with the rest of the body. With open and shut, we're isolating the arm from the elbow and using the forearm to open and shut. And then with windshield wipers, we want to just be moving gently side to side, about 45 degrees each direction, like so. Alrighty. So then we're also starting to learn how to go from rest position to playing position with the bow independently. So we're not independent yet, but we're starting to learn. So here's what we're going to do is start with the bow in a hook. Make a little hook with the first finger of the right hand and just hook the bow at the frog with the hair facing away from the student. Okay, so this is rest position for the bow. And here we're rest position with the violin, and we're going to start just like normal, but we're going to add a little extra step to get the bow ready. So we have zip, step, sway. Mr. Snappy swims under the violin, thumb on the back, snap on the strings, stop the traffic, button to the sky, make a silly hat, hello ear, and snuggle into your shoulder. Then when Mr. Snappy swims away, he's going to hold the bow. All right, so Mr. Snappy holds the bow by the stick so that the bow hand can make a bow hold bunny and get ready to play. Then once we have our bow hold, then we have rainbow fingers come to play and our bow rests on the E string. All right, so now we're ready to play. Once we're here, we're going to do some cat doors. So the idea with this is that if you imagine that this space here between my arm and my bow is filled in, like so, then when I lift and lower my elbow, it's like one of those little cat doors, opening and closing. So we're looking for kind of that consistency between the forearm and the bow, so that we're not lifting one part of the arm without the other. So we're initiating the movement from the elbow, and we're lifting open and close, open and close, open and close. And we'll just do that 5 times, keeping the bow as quiet as possible. All right, so then they're going to improvise a song. So they can play whatever they would like, however they would like, but do encourage them to use both loud and soft sounds and to make the most beautiful sounds that they can. In class today, we talked about how to produce loud sounds with the bow, and in order to do that, we need to use the weight of the arm. So something fun we did was to take a little scrunchie that I put a little finger puppet on, and we are just going to practice having that heavy arm. So we're holding the scrunchie and making the arm heavy enough to stretch out the elastic. And then we want it also to be relaxed enough that we can move it around like it's a puppet. If I drop it, it falls. So that might be something fun to add to your practicing as well, just to practice that heavy, relaxed arm. And then the last thing we have to play is the ant song. So we can sing and then play that with the bow. So to sing it, each and every ant, digging in the dirt, going underground, ground. Then we can play. Here we go. Okay, and then the very last thing is just to wipe and loosen the bow when packing up, which I know you've already been doing, but you can encourage them to do that independently. They can put their cleaning cloth between the hair and the stick and wipe the stick, And then loosening, we just loosen lefty-loosey until that hair comes close to the stick, like so. And that's it. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to help, and happy practicing.